Hey everybody, Master Stuart Hamby here, and I want to thank you for checking out our summer camp page. We're going to give you lots of info here, and I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible while giving you as much info as we can. So this is Brandy Sherrill. She is going to be the coordinator of our summer camp. And first off, I just want to ask, what excites you the most about doing a summer camp for kids ages 5 to 13 this year?
Probably the most exciting part about the summer camp is not only are the kids going to be having lots of activities and having lots of fun, but they're going to be learning valuable lessons they're going to be able to take into the next school year and into the rest of their life.
Definitely, and that's super exciting. It's got me excited. Let's talk about some other things that's really exciting about it. One thing I want to start with, though, is we have a very qualified staff. They all got background checks. We're doing CPR certification class to either get recertified if some people need it right before the camp starts, just 3 weeks before the camp starts, so everybody is properly certified and they got their background checks and everything like that. We have an amazing staff, and if you've been in our martial arts programs, you already know that. You've met our staff. So let's get into it now. Every week, I want to go through some of the different things we do. You're going to get a book like this as soon as you bring your children in or your child and get them enrolled. You get a book. It's got our basic schedule. Week 1, we're talking about confidence. Week 2, living positive. Week 3, leadership. Next week, giving and earning respect. Then health and fitness, organization, teamwork, overcoming peer pressure, and the Bully Terminator program. So let's talk about a few of these things. I'm going to go ahead and skip over to week 5, which is health, nutrition, and fitness, which is huge for us because we do our women's only fitness boot camp here, which is the #1 weight loss program for women in Henry County. And I'm excited about the health and fitness week because the kids are getting to work out and they're going to work on different things. But I want to have Brandy talk about our arts and crafts time because that's super exciting. The kids love doing the arts and crafts. And that week we're doing a food pyramid. So I'm going to have her talk to you about that real quick.
Right. It's going to be a great way for the children to learn how to plug in their food groups into their food pyramid. Also learn about portion control, learn about the portion plate, and be able to do some arts and crafts with fruit and vegetables where they're doing prints and things like that with paint. Also, they'll get to try multiple new foods that week. We'll have some laid out and they can try some things maybe they've never tried before.
That's pretty awesome. They get to try new things, different foods, and maybe you'll find some more healthy options because we know how hard it is to get kids to eat, right?
But the greatest thing about it is usually when other kids are eating them,
they follow along.
Right.
All right, so moving on to week 6 real quick. This is a super fantastic week because it's organization and planning. I can guarantee you're going to have a clean house, clean yard mode, all kinds of different things because that week in our arts and crafts we are doing a responsibility chart. And the responsibility chart, they have certain responsibilities, and hopefully it's not just that week, but that's the week where we're putting it in. It's like our life skill sheets that we do in our regular martial arts program. They've got different things they have to do all month, and if they're not doing it, they have, they get in trouble a little bit.
We'll also be giving them incentives for them to do them.
Yes, so they want to go home and be organized and help do things at home. So that's an exciting week. I'm going to jump up to week 8, which is a huge week. It's overcoming peer pressure. That's a week that we're going to be bringing in the DARE group. They're coming in to talk to the kids and talk to them about stuff like that. But then we're spending the whole week talking to them about avoiding things like poisons. And poisons are drugs, alcohol, other bad things like that. Just doing bad things, and we're trying to avoid that. So I'm going to have you touch on that real quick with avoiding peer pressure.
Right. Well, the poisons in our lives are things that, we invite into our lives or that we feel pressured to do that will potentially ruin our life or can lead to the ruin of our life. So we want to make sure that the kids know how to make good decisions about not only friends that they let into their life, but not letting the peer pressure, having enough confidence to not let the peer pressure get to them.
And also, that is 2 weeks before they go back to school. So we are covering that 2 weeks before they go back to school where they're going to be introduced to lots of new people and kids, and they're going to have possibly some bad influences in front of them, and we want them to be able to avoid anything that may come up.
Especially our kids that are transitioning possibly from 6th grade to 7th grade because they'll be going from your individual elementary schools, and they'll all be pooled into a new grade level at 7th grade, and that's a huge time for peer pressure.
Definitely. And the next week, just as important as that, is our Bully Terminator week. So we're teaching about anti-bullying techniques, how to avoid bullying situations, how to recognize it, who to go to, stuff like that. So that whole week, right before they go back to school, we are focused on anti-bully tactics. And if you know anything about the Fierce Martial Arts Academy, we are an anti-bully school. We run the biggest anti-bully campaign and anywhere around here actually, and we help a lot of kids with anti-bullying situations or bullying situations. So it's a huge week for us, and we make sure they are prepared when they go back to school to overcome peer pressure, overcome bullies, all kinds of things like that. So that brings me to my next thing is with going back to school. One thing that if they just went to a daycare or grandma's house or anything like that, you don't get academics all summer. The kids are staring at a screen, whether it be a phone, a tablet, a TV, computer, video game screen. They're not doing any academics all summer, and that is scary. I know I want my child to be active in doing things during the summer, not just physical, but also mentally. Like they can't forget everything that they learned all school year and just let it turn to mush. So 3 times a week minimum, we are doing academics for at least an hour. They will be doing different things throughout the day or throughout that hour with academics, reading, math, whatever they need help with. Our staff is here, and they're kind of like their personal tutors for the group. So I'm going to turn it over to Brandy for just a quick minute so she can talk about the academics.
Right, and in this area, we want to make sure that we're helping the children and keeping them fresh for the next school year. A lot of times kids get complacent over the school year and they forget a lot. They forget a lot of what they learned last year. So it would be great for parents to be able to send some schoolwork, possibly even from the last year, or any type of material that they could just keep fresh on, so they're when they do start the new school year, they don't feel like they have to relearn some of the things they might have forgotten. If they need to brush up on their reading, maybe get up in a new reading level. We can help with that, and just encourage the kids to that learning is fun and learning is a lifetime process. It doesn't have to be boring or.
Right. So we make everything fun, which gets me into the next part, and which is probably the funnest part for all kids, and that is our field trips. That's what gets all the kids excited. The field trips are amazing. We're going to the pool every single week. We're going to Big Bounce every single week. We're taking trips to Kings Island. We're going to the Children's Museum. We're going bowling. We're doing all kinds of different things to where they're going to be active. And that's exciting for you because you know that they're not just sitting in the house. Every single week they're taking 2 to 3 field trips to different places, some educational like the museum and different things like that, and we're actually maybe able to take them to the museum here in Newcastle, the Basketball Hall of Fame, and different things like that. So we're looking at all kinds of different things for them to do, and that's exciting for you parents to know that they're doing stuff active and educational. So I'm going to have Brandy just touch on the field trips really quick.
Okay, I wanted to say something before I go into field trips too, is while the children are here, they're also building friendships. So they're building positive friendships in a structured environment over the summer that they can carry into the next school year. And then they're also all learning about bullying, so they can all support one another also into the school year, so they don't feel alone when they're going back into the school.
Definitely. All right, so those field trips. So what kind of excites you about them? Because you're there with the kids on these field trips every single time.
Well, I think it's just a great thing that we're going to be having a field trip every week. I mean, I know my kids are excited about it. They're super excited about being able to go to these different places all the time. And, obviously they're excited about going swimming every week because that's their favorite thing to do. Right. So, and I really like to go swimming. So, I'm pretty excited about that one too.
All right, so let me get into the next part, which is week 9 when I was talking about with the Bully Terminator. That is also our big finale week. So we do several things. We're taking our big trip to Kings Island that week. So all the kids are excited about week 9 because it's right before they go back to school. They get to go to Kings Island. It's super, super exciting. So they do that. And also on that Friday, we do a cookout where your whole family can come up to the academy. Everybody has fun, hot dogs, hamburgers, stuff like that. We're doing a big cookout everybody can come to. But after that, just a few hours after that, we are doing our big summer camp grand finale. Our grand finale, we are holding it in a gymnasium, and you can invite your friends, family, cousins, uncles, aunts, sisters, I don't care who you invite.
Right.
Bring them out because the kids worked on stuff all summer long to get prepared for this. And it's super exciting because they are going to be excited and proud of themselves that they get to go up and basically perform in front of their friends and family and so forth. And before I get too excited and steal any of Brandy's speech that she wants to give, I'm going to turn it over to her to see what she's excited about with the finale.
Right, because, one of the greatest things is to see the enjoyment on your child's face when they have worked on something so hard and they finally get to present it to you. And they're just so proud of themselves, and it just, fills you up with joy just to see how accomplished that they are and how proud of themselves they are. And I know it's a joy to me to not only see my children be so excited about what they've done, but just all the little children. It's just a great confidence boost for them to be able to perform what they've learned.
Awesome, awesome. So that's exciting. You know a little bit about what we're doing weekly. You're doing all the different things. We arts and crafts, field trips, all that. Most importantly, they are doing martial arts this whole time. You're creating a disciplined, respectful martial art child, or your martial artist. I don't just want to call them children. They will be a martial artist by the end of summer because they are doing anywhere from 6 to 10 classes per week versus if they just got in a regular program, 2 classes per week. This is a premier program. They get to become martial artists, and that is something huge that I know lots of parents are really excited about, and it's what we're most excited about because it's what we do best. So.
And possibly they get their belt at the end of the summer.
Yes, they actually could move up multiple belts throughout, and actually at the finale, they get that new belt tied around their waist. They're so excited right in front of everybody. That's super exciting. So I'm going to go through some very quick info just about the summer camp. Our ages are 5 through 13. And it is from 8 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The only day we're closed during the summer is July 4th. So that is on a Monday this year. So that's the only day we're going to be closed. But Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. You can drop off your kids as early as 6:30 a.m. And we have late pickup as late as 5:30 p.m. So, but if they're in their night classes, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, doesn't matter. They can actually stay for that and go into our Child Watch because we have Child Watch for all our night classes where they can go into that. So if you were joining our programs or anything, we have Child Watch all the time. If I haven't answered any questions or anything like that and you want some more information, I urge you to do this because I'm going to be sending out all kinds of information and also how you can get it onto our VIP early enrollment list where you can get their free uniform, get their spot.
Right, because we only got like 24.
Yes, we're only taking 24 kids this year, so get on our email list, put your info in over here, and name, email, and that is going to set it up where I can email you and different things. And if you're ready to go ahead and get your child enrolled, give me a call at 765-520-2017. That way you can schedule an appointment with me or Darla, and we will go through and show you everything that they'll be learning, go in more detail, and then we'll figure everything out for you so you can get your child enrolled. And don't forget, you get in on the VIP enrollment, that gets their free shirt, free uniform, free locked-in spot, free field trips, and we're going to give them a free private lesson, which is a $100 value. So make sure you get on that right away. So put in your info over here. I'm Master Stuart Hamby. This is Brandy Sherrill, and we'll see you this summer.